Coach, you kind of talked about it all during spring and training camp that Rufus was earning his reps during practice. It was hard not to play him. Just as the season's gone on, what have you seen from him?
Yeah, just what you like to see out of guys as the season progresses. He's getting better every single day. I think he caught about 10, 15 balls a day. It seemed like it found him today. So, proud of him the way he's been playing. Obviously, I got to stay on him and keep that progression going, because it's easy to find some early success and think you've made it. But luckily, I think he's a pretty sharp kid, understands where he's at, and he needs to keep working. But what he's done so far, I've been really proud of.
What have you thought of some of the other guys in your group, like Jaden and Austin and Jameer?
Yeah, no, I think overall there's been a pretty big emphasis on playing when the ball's not coming to you and when it doesn't find you as much. We've been fortunate enough to Duck's playing really good and Raw's playing really good, but this past game I was really proud of our guys. We rushed the ball for a good amount of yards and we blocked really well. Wally didn't light it up in the stat sheet, but blocked his butt off and led to some of those really big runs. So loved him up on that. Obviously we gotta do a good job of still running our routes and getting open and doing all that when the ball does come to us. But playing away from the football, that's been a big emphasis for my group, and I think we've taken a step for sure.
What kind of impact do you feel some of those older players have had on a guy like Rufus?
I think it's been pretty good. Having a guy like Austin, we talk about this all the time, but he's been through a lot of games and SEC games, so he can kind of tell you the ups and downs and the flows of, offenses when you don't play as well, and then when you go on those 96-yard drives, just kind of how it turns out. So having a guy like there who's a steady presence and you can lean on him for experience, I think has been really good for a guy like Rufus who maybe hasn't had that much experience, up until now. So
back to Jaden Wally. I mean, how do you? Obviously, that's a coach's job. How do you keep a guy engaged that's used to being getting 9 or 10 targets a game and used to being in the end zone? How do you keep him engaged because he played a lot of reps there, he just didn't get many targets?
Right, yeah, and you just got to show him that. You got to show him that, hey, and a lot of it had to do with what A&M was doing to us too. They were putting 8 or 9 guys in the middle of the field, and that's kind of where our routes happen. But you just got to show them the film and let them understand, like, hey, in this situation right here, the ball may not be coming to you, but you got to run your route and run it hard and expect it every single time. But when the ball's away from you, how good are you, teammate are you to block for your other teammates and get open and pull a guy out of there so the ball finds, J-Rob or Tulu or Raw and all those guys. So seeing the success as a team and helping those guys understand that it all fits together. And a guy like Wally, I think he's just a really good teammate anyway, and he understands that. So it hasn't been hard coaching it, but you got to do it. There's no doubt.
Former player I was talking to today, he was talking about the Rufus touchdown. He said that wasn't just technique. He said that was a weight room play to be able to drag a guy 30 pounds heavier across the line. How much more in shape and stronger are your guys this year?
I think they're in a lot better shape. Halfway through the season, you start to worry about that sometimes, especially with the receivers on our team. Guys wearing down, bodies wearing down. But credit to Tyson Brown and our weight room guys; they've done a really good job. And I've said this before. Rufus is deceptively strong. When you look at him, he doesn't look like he'd pull a guy across the end zone, but he'll surprise you every now and then. So I was proud to see him finish that play for sure.